Hey guys, good morning. Okay, so let's check out what we'll be looking at once again for today. I'll be playing this off from the previous which is yesterday. So let's play this and look at what we'll be looking at for today. Okay, I think this yesterday was patient markets, of which I said I won't be taking any trade on this for yesterday. So let me clear this off so we can mark our zones for today. So going back to the H4 and looking for likely zones to be respected, which are recent highs and the recent lows. So we're marking this as a recent. So here is a major low that actually led to all this. And of course, the recent low. The recent low is this right here where it is. So that's the recent low. So let's go to the H4, H1 to confirm. Yeah. So here is the zone right here. From here down here. Most recent highs and the most recent low. So what's going to happen? But then there's a structure where we actually today that we actually said not to be taking inside this which is somewhere around here. So where we said the market is currently going to move around this particular one in a ranging market or in a ranging pattern of which that's what we saw yesterday. You can see a bullish move getting rejected, down to the bearish getting rejected, down to the bullish getting rejected, and then down again to the bearish, and now back to our recent zone where we just marked now. So what's likely to happen? Now, things are likely to happen right here. Now we are either waiting for break of structures inside this zone or waiting for a break below this to continue the downtrend. Why are we suspecting the downtrend? Because you can see a break of structure right here. You can see actually this current bearish pattern right here, which is called the bearish pendant. You can see that's right here. Now the market is only moving in the bearish move. They can see the consolidation around this zone. They'll be break out of that, and they're giving us series of lower highs and lower lows, and they're getting back to the recent. So what are you expecting today? We are still expecting a break below this. We're expecting a break below this and probably a retest of that zone before taking up going short on that. And then going back to H4 to confirm this, you can see that we have a long way to go on that, which is around this zone right here. This is going to be the next major low for us. So that will be looking now going back to the 15 minutes, the main entry time frame. We are waiting for the market to actually break below. They can see another consolidation around here, which for the market to break below this zone, this close of this previous rejected candle, and anything around that we can think of going short on this market. And of course, targeting our next zone, which is going to be around there. Stop loss is going to be above this rejection right here. So that's that for VX75 1 seconds. So let's go to the 75 itself, the younger brother. Now 75 SCA, we actually said a bullish trend is going to, or is likely to take place, get broken off it. That's we saw this around here. The bullish thing that currently started, but does that mean there have been a change of structures on the major time frame? That we can see for now. But then let's see what's likely to happen. So currently here is our major high that's to be respected. And of course, our low is still very much valid around that zone. Let me reduce this. So then let's go to the entry time frame, which is around here. So what we expect, you can see big of structures around. You can see this big of structure around there. Though we didn't really take this day yesterday. Why? Because there was actually more like a ranging market, and then when at the breakout, and then in case of that structure, that was already in the middle of the night, of which I was already asleep. So then when I woke up, I saw this big move to the upside, and it was already too late for me to enter the market. So now let's see what we'll be looking at today. So currently at our next zone, which is this 40736. So what are we expecting? I'm still expecting a breakout above this, and of course a retest of that zone, and then we think of continuation to the upper part, or then if you can actually break of structure to the breaking below this recent series right here, which is what we have around here. So you can have a break of structure, probably back giving us series of lower lows and lower highs and lower lows. They can think of going short on this market down to this our zone right here. Let's extend this. So this is going to be our target on the short side, but then if it happens that we are able to break above this and having a retest, then we look forward to taking the trade on a minimum risk reward of 1 to 2. So that's the trade I'll be looking at for today on VIX75 and VIX75 1 second. And as a disclaimer, this is not a financial advice in any form. This is just me telling you how I'll be taking the trades for today. And please do it to actually compare it with your own analysis. If it falls out with your analysis, then it can go well to put in your fund. Remember, don't risk more than you can lose. Anything can happen, no matter how good the market is giving, no matter how perfect you feel, it's definitely going to happen. You can still do the opposite. So always ensure you don't risk more than you can afford. That's the level to next one is going to be the Crash 500. And as a reminder, if you don't know the people, their name is Deriv, and of course, there's a link in the description for you to open an account with them. Actually available 247 on weekends or public holidays. No fundamentals and nothing for you to actually have wake up to a big spike in the market. So that's let's go to the Cash 500. Now Cash 500 is the same thing. You can see the market going back to our next zone, which is around this zone right here. So what we're expecting a breakout below this, a retest of this, then the continuation of this market. I repeat, for this bearish market to continue, we're expecting a break below this, a retest, and then continuation. Otherwise, we are waiting for internal break of structures. Now, what do I mean by internal break of structures? If you can see a breakout above this zone right here, you can see a breakout above this zone. A breakout, remember please, this is a 4-hour chart. If you can see a breakout above this zone, then you can see it's a break of structure of which you cannot target this 4th zone right here, and the target broke target this next zone here. But overall, I'm currently still bearish on Crash 500, of which I'm still expecting a break below this previous support. So if that happens, I wait for a retest of that zone. I can get that. I think I'll go in short. And don't forget, I'll be dropping alerts if any of the zones should get respected. I'll be dropping the alert to make sure I let you know what the market is currently doing. And for you to get the alert, you have to make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you haven't done that, I'll be giving you 5 seconds to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget the bell icon beside it, because that's what gets you alerted once we drop the alert. That said, you have 5 seconds to make sure you hit the subscribe button, and don't forget, if you're watching it on Facebook or TikTok, please hit the follow button. And of course, I'm sure you've done that. Thanks. So let's go to the next one, which is the Pump 500. Now, on the 500, that seems to be moving somewhere in a ranging market, thereby moving up and down in this zone where we marked previously. I think like last week. But then it actually got to our our support yesterday. Here we can see some minor rejection with low momentum bearish candlesticks, and some rejection are giving us something like an angry man on the 4 and the second candle. Before we can see a bearish candle, and of course currently an indecision candle forming currently on the H4 time frame. But then our zone is expected this as a recent high and this as a recent low. So what are we expecting? Internal break structures. Let's go to the entry time frame is going to be the H4 to see if we can see any major internal break structure. Now, currently, the market is currently expecting this zone where we marked out yesterday. So let's take this down and then give this a little bit down here. So it's still expecting this zone where we marked yesterday. So I would suggest you don't wait for the market to break above this to confirm, give a better confirmation rather than rushing to take the trade around here. So it's better just for the market to break above this to give you a good time to go on the long side. Of course, if you have a break below this gives us a good time to go short on this market. So in case you just want to see the structure actually marked earlier, go back to the H4 so you can see it and compare it with your own structure. So here is the recent high, here is the recent high, this is the internal structure which is currently being respected. That's equal to the next one, which is the pump 1000. So on the 1000, here is the structure. You can see currently it seems to still be on the bearish side of the trend. But then what's going to happen next? Let's go to our recent high and our recent low. So this zone is already broken, so this becomes the recent, and of course this is still valid. Why is it valid? Because it has been tested severally. Support and then a resistance here, which led to this whole downtrend. So this is our recent high. So what are you expecting? Internal break of structure. So let's go to the end time frame. When on the time frame, we can't really see any major internal break of structure, and besides, the distance between the recent and the recent isn't really that much. But then we can have a breakout above this that gives us a target of this next zone right here, which is this zone around here. So this is where the next major target, if you can have a breakout above this zone or then a breakout below this zone, can still tell us that the market is still likely to continue in the bearish side of the market. So overall time, we still have a long time to wait for the breakouts above this or a breakout below this, and that's where our last comes in. So that's why you make sure you have hit the subscribe button. So I want to drop the alert to inform you that the market has gotten to our area of interest. That's it. Let's go to the final one for today, which is going to be the crash 1000. Now, crash 1000 currently are on the bullish side of the market. So let me just explain when they trade on the bullish side of the market. Now, this was the zone we actually marked yesterday because they clearly respected it, and we said you can have a breakout above this, and in retest of that, you can think of going long on that to this next zone right here, and that is what actually made me to enter this market. That was, I think, earlier this morning. So currently, the trade is currently still in profits, but then let's see how the market plays out. So here, currently, here is my hand after this breakout, then this retest of, you can say, market unable to break below this. I enter the market when the market closes above this. So let me zoom this as you can see clearly. So after this candle, somewhere around this is where I entered the market. My stop loss was placed somewhere around here. That's below this candle rejection. That's where my stop loss is, and my target is 1 to 2 here, of which the market get close there. To break even, then increase the target to the next zone where I marked just a few minutes ago. So currently, I'm currently still bullish on crash 1000. So that's the only trade I have running, which is just on crash 1000. That said, that will be the end of analysis on synthetic markets for today. So of course, we'll be seeing you on the forex market where we'll be analyzing the pound dollar, the BTC USD, and of course XAU USD, which is gold. If you want to watch the analysis, you can just check the next video, which is going to be dropped in a few minutes from now. Remember, all trades are currently on day trade, not swing trading. We are only looking at what is going to happen on each single day, not overall trend of the market. Please do have a profitable day trade ahead, and of course, see you in the next video.